All right, welcome back, everyone. This is going to be part two of UV mapping a crate. We are going to be using two different textures, and that's going to make it a little bit more advanced and also teach a new concept. The new concept is going to be of what Clara calls multi-IDs, and that just means multiple textures can go onto one object, allowing for a cooler experience. All right, so to get started, we need our two textures. So I've downloaded a crate texture, but now I need to go ahead and make the one side that's going to be different. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Pixlr. I'm going to go to Pixlr E, and I'm going to go ahead and click on Open Image down here in the bottom left. I'm going to go ahead and navigate to my folder where my textures are. Now for most of my students, this will be in your Downloads folder, and I'll open up the crate texture. Okay, so I'm really only concerned about this middle panel right here. So I'm going to start off by cropping this. So I'm going to come over here, and you'll see that my layer is locked. So I'm going to right mouse click on it, or you can click on these three little dots. And I'm going to unlock it. There we go. Now I'm going to come over here on the left hand side, and this icon right here is the crop tool. So I'm going to go ahead and left mouse click, drag it in on both corners, and when it looks good, press apply, and there we go. Okay, now I'm going to come over here where it says layers. I'm going to click on the little plus button, and you'll see it pops up with 5 different options. I want to choose empty because I want a brand new empty layer. Okay, so now it's up to you. You get to draw whatever you want on this panel here. I drew a skull. You can write some words. I don't have a drawing tablet with me right now, so whatever I do, it's not going to look great. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'll just do some text. And make it look all handwritten and everything. Okay, so that's about as good as it's gonna get with my handwriting with a mouse. Okay, so here's the cool thing you can do. Since it is on a separate layer, I can come up here and click on the Move tool, and I can position it around wherever I want. I can even click on this middle dot and I can rotate it and put it kind of at an angle, so it's kind of neat. You can also click and drag and make it smaller if you made it too big. You can make it bigger if you made it too small. You get the idea. Let me try one more thing here. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to right mouse click on the layer that I made. And here there's a setting called blend mode. And if I click on that and I try multiply, you'll see it makes it darker, and I can also now see the wood grain through there. And it looks a little bit more scary and dangerous and all that kind of good stuff. You can try some of these other ones here. See which ones. There we go. Overlay. That looks pretty good. A little brighter, easier to see. Yeah, I think I'll settle on that. Okay, so that's my finished texture. So I'm going to come up here to do File, and I like to always do 2 saves. I'm going to do the first save is going to be a PXD, and that's going to actually save this as my project. It's a really simple project, so I probably won't have to come back and make changes, and I'm pretty happy with it. But it is always a good idea to download and save your layered project. So if you want to come back to it and make changes, you can. All right, I'm going to go ahead and call this crate label, and it is a PXD file, which means a Pixlr document. And I'll just go ahead and download it. Now, PXD files can only be used inside Pixlr, so it's really just my backup. Then I'll come back up here and do another file save, and this time I'm going to save it as a PNG. I'll call it crate label again, but this time it's a PNG, and I'll hit download. And this is the one that comes into Clara. All right, so now I come on over here to Clara, and we're going to go ahead and get ready. All right, so the last step I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to import the textures, and then I'll see you in part 3 to actually set this up. So you want to come over here on the left-hand side and click on the Explorer tab, and you can bring the textures in one of two ways. It kind of depends on your device. So one way you can do it is you can just drag and drop. So for instance, if I go to my Downloads folder, I can just go ahead and take this crate label and just drag and drop it right into the Clara window, and you'll see down here in the bottom left-hand corner, it comes in. But if you're using a Chromebook, like a lot of my students are, it's easier to just come up here to File, Import Files, and then choose Files, and then go to your Downloads folder or whatever. All right, so I need the regular crate texture, and let that get imported. And again, you can see the progress down here in the bottom left. All right, so once they come in, they come over here on the left-hand side. You can click on them. You can come over here. You can scroll down, and you can see, just make sure that they came in all right. And there's my regular one. Okay, good. So that's going to be it for this one. If you find that you don't like the names of these textures over here, you can select them. You can then right mouse click, and you can come down here and you can choose rename. You can also right mouse click and choose delete if you imported the wrong one. All right, I will see you in part 3. Thanks everyone.